Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone and depending from where you are watching us from. This is Biafra Watchman TV. We are live and we are direct. If today is the first time of coming across our video and you like the way we are propagating the gospel of Biafra, please subscribe, like, and share. Alright. Also, in the comment section, you will see our backup channel or our backup page, Biafra 101 TV. Please subscribe, follow the page, subscribe, and like. We are posting in that channel also. The reason for creating the channel is in case of eventuality. If anything happens to this one, we will start from there. Get a point. I greet you all. All right. I believe you all have seen the video about DSS, that director general or director, whatever, of DSS, what he said about people, arming themselves. When I don't listen to that one, oh, Biafrans, when I don't listen to this one, also you watched a video. Forgotten the position. He is also one of the elder statesmen in that north. I don't in that Nigeria. Let me not be precise. What is one of the elder statesmen in Nigeria? That damn nation. You also listen to what he said. They will tell you police is your friend, and I lie you. I lie you. Police is your friend, and I lie. Don't think I'm. This is why they said it's easier said than done. It's easier said than done. Look at the way he's saying all those things, talking all those things. He's saying that people have to give instances. These were the same people that told people to submit their firearms, they should submit their guns to the nearest police station. When ESN was launched, MNK said it's because of this Fulani militia, because then their buying was incessant. They were buying like another thing. MNK even called on Eastern governors to do something about it. The Yorubas have done theirs. They formed their Moteku, but they did nothing. MNK formed Eastern Security Network. Ever since then, reached today, this man, that DG, whatever, with Nigerian soldiers, they've been, even as at yesterday, they are looking for Biafra Liberation Army to buy. The same thing they did when ESN was launched. All the things this man, that DG, whatever, this all the things he said in that video, MNK never said so. And this is part of the reason why they are holding MNK. Because MNK said we can't fold our hands and watch these guys spy us. We have to arm ourselves to defend ourselves. That's why he floated Eastern Security Network. Before they kidnapped him from Kenya, renditioned him to Nigeria, and Simon took over from where he stopped and metamorphosed ESN to Biafra Liberation Army. They are still looking for these people to buy. Look at the whole of North. Bandits have taken over the local government. You cannot see them go there, but we know the people who are responsible for this is the Eastern governors. And for how long will you be in the corridors of power? For how long? For how long will you be in the corridors of power? Obasanjo, I could remember when Obasanjo was the president of Nigeria. He came to my hometown. If you see the entourage, if you see security, today, Obasanjo is just moving with only one soldier. Even without AK-47, only one soldier. The same thing with Jonathan. These are the people who ruled that contraption called Nigeria. Have you seen P2B with security? One day, you see all these people guiding you. One day, you will look around, you will not see these security agents again. It will be between you and your people. Between you and your people. Look at the way the DG was saying all this. It looks so very fancy, very fantastic speech, that the first, the first buffer, the first line of defense should be the people, the locals. That the locals, he himself said how the locals in that, I've forgotten the name of that state and not of that community in the north, how they repelled and unalive those Fulani militia. Had he been in the south now? Now people from Uromi saw these guys carrying arms. At first, Mona reason they said they are going home for Salah festive, Salah festive. Whereas the vehicle is coming from the north, not from that Port Harcourt. They said they are hunting in Port Harcourt. Have you seen where hunter will leave their state, and drive hard? Imagine the distance. Imagine the distance from Kaduna Abikanu to Port Harcourt. In the name of they are going for hunting. Anyways, it's good that at last we have vindicated MNK is vindicated. The same thing with Simon. They are all vindicated that they need to do what? Prepare ourselves, arm ourselves for self-defense. Even Danjuma, former chief of army staff, said, please, security agents are not neutral in this. They are collaborating with these terrorist bandits. They are collaborating. Most of the kidnapping taking place in Southeast is at police or military checkpoints, very close to the checkpoints. And you want to tell me that somebody that has his people at heart will not do anything to get rid of that checkpoint? Because if security agents should be at that checkpoint and such thing is going on there, that means they are collaborating. Because at first, these guys ought to be scared or ought to be afraid that, man, there's a checkpoint over there. But this one, they will confidently, very close to checkpoint, carry you. Want to not listen to this man, Biafrans. We have people who have dedicated themselves, who have volunteered themselves, our liberation army, to do this work. No go reason waiting this man talk. Say make you for go, because even the Kalasef, even the arms, it's not something that you can even enter or wait a market or the Chamber market and buy. Get a point. So this has vindicated our Biafra Liberation Army, who are our first line of defense against these guys, this militia. And the people Theophilus Danjuma said they are colluding with. When I listen to waiting in talk, and also listen to what another statesman talk about this Fulani and about these guys. You will listen, I don't need to talk about, just listen, pay attention, watch to the end. I greet you all. Peace and love.
Thinking seriously about the practical approach to mobilizing to curb insecurity. I'll share experience with you when I was state director in Bauchi. Most of you will remember an incident in Azari. A group of terrorists, the Boko Haram, then had invaded Azari. They were shooting in an attempt to kidnap, and the community chased them. They killed some members of the community, but the community members killed all of them. The last guy, Khalid, climbed onto a tree and was firing. The community stood, they were resilient, and they killed Khalid. Since that day, there has not been one terrorist attack in Azad. As a matter of fact, the former head of state, General Ibrahim Badamosi Babangida, said, and I quote, "If we want to stop or curb this terrorism, we shall emulate the Azari example." Tafawa Balewa also happened to be a local government in Bauchi that was always in flames. And the people of Bogoro and some part of Tafawa Balewa, where the Sayawas are, rose up on one occasion. They knew their terrain better, climbed onto trees and mountains. And when the invaders came, they did not only repel them, they seized their weapons. And since then, you can attest to it that you hardly hear about Tafawa Balewa again. What I'm trying to say, the practical approach to mobilizing people, is that you have to get everyone involved. You do not expect the Nigerian Army, police, DSS, to protect every Nigerian or every community. It is not going to work. In the US, if you visit someone in the house, you will be shocked that when the guy hears a police siren, he will just pull his drawer, bring out his gun and keep it. So one of my hosts did that, and I asked him, "Why are you putting gun here?" He said, "Well, if they are chasing someone and he enters my house, I'll shoot him first." And that is the layer we have to start thinking about. How can you create first line of defense? The military, police, and other security agencies are to deal with the bigger ones, the organized ones. But it is impossible for us to deploy to every community in the country. It is unimaginable that any security agencies that has the resources to do it. So as we live here, we all belong to one community or the other. What we have to start experimenting is how we can make the community to prepare first, if the first line of defense for us. General Wahab said it clearly. And for me, there are 3 takeaways from his lecture. By the way, the general and I were guest speaker at one program in our office, so I'm not surprised that his dexterity. He has developed some sort of expertise in what he does. But 3 things for me. He asked us a question. What is our own culture? Our culture is communal. We do things together. Festival together. Ceremonies together. Wedding ceremony, whatever. So why can't we fight some miscreants, some charlatans among us together? The community should say, "You cannot come here. This is what Tafawa Balewa has done. If you go to that community to attack them, you'll be sorry for yourself." I challenge anybody to try it. And this is the way we have to do. We have to allow some level of armament for the communities, and they can serve as the first line of defense. Second takeaway from what the general said. Whole society approach is not the first time we are hearing. But what I'm saying, the way to do it is when we live here, those of us who have some influence, the elites in society, discuss with your communities, come to us, get some sort of approval and guidance, and then we can stop these criminals. You can imagine you call sector, let's say sector 4 or whatever, sector of the army, to come to this community if there's an attack. Before they even arrive there, If they attack another community, what happens? This is what we should take away from here. And lastly, he said something very instructive. By the way, I like Osman. He knows who to give time. Have you seen him around here? He has advised himself. So don't run into trouble like the CDS. Okay, so last thing he said to us, which is quite important, is that we should not make this another talk show. And that's why this is my intervention. That security starts from you. There's nothing that is new. 1870 something, I can't remember. The French Revolution, in the street of Paris, they were beheading people. We've had hijack of plane. We'll forget quickly. We've had the wet ear syndrome. We had so many. There's no Metassini and whatever. There will always be security problem. So when I hear people say this is security in Nigeria, as long as human beings exist, there will be security problem. The issue is the response. We have to take that mentality away. What is the security agencies doing? Who, apart from a tree, knows that they want to come and cut him and remain standing? Only a tree. We have to get the communities to rise and defend themselves first. And the time to start it is now. When you move out from here, I do that every day. I come from a village in Ijebu land, Ogun State, and I talk to my people. I know the level of armament they are entitled to. I know how they organize themselves in quarters. We have 4 quarters. I am using my expertise to guide them. You cannot.
How come the government only ends up arresting the youths within the community who are more or less what we want to refer to as the JTF within the community, who have taken it upon themselves to say, look, we must protect our community when these guys are coming in to invade? Fine. When the guys are coming in to invade, the security agencies or the government does not see them to arrest them. It is only when the youths want to stand up and say we must protect our communities, you see them to arrest. A good number of these youths are there in all sorts of cells all over in Kaduna State. How many of these so-called headers, because frankly the situation in southern Kaduna is not a headers farmers issue. Maybe I'll throw some light to that later. How many of these invading guys have been arrested? Okay. Whenever they are arrested, they are just meant to be displayed before journalists and for TV, paraded before television. After that, it ends here. How many have been prosecuted? Nil. How many under detention? Nil. How many JTF or Southern Kaduna youths are under detention? So many.